messages. Once again, welcome to Full Stack Web Development. For the people who have been here with us since 2 months, in fact, for them this is day 39, and for many of my other friends who have joined with us Python, SQL, Django track of the full stack, this is the day 1 of Python. Okay, yeah, fine. Otherwise, audibility, visibility, all clear to go ahead. I would be glad if you acknowledge to us in the chat section. Good evening, everyone, friends. Good evening. Yeah, okay, fine. I shall be waiting, and we aim deliberately to deliver coding, data science, AI, and many more technologies to the people out there. Alright, fine. Okay, we have a lot of time to talk to each other, introduce each other today without wasting any time anymore. Let's start. Okay, this is the day 1 for Python, and I quickly present in front of you the agenda of the day today. It's lagging? All good. Okay, Shreya says it's lagging. Once again confirm, is it lagging or what? Please once again confirm if it's lagging. Okay, it's showing me everything good at my end, but if it is still lagging, let me know. Okay, fine. I go ahead. In case if it is still lagging, please ping to us. Okay, I think I'm back. How about now? Okay, we are sorry for that. Guys, how about now? How about now, people? How about now? I think it's good, right? Good. Okay, fine. Without wasting our time, please let's get to work. Okay, guys, a small request from me and on behalf of our team: when you are attending our classes, please make sure that you are attending with your laptops or your desktops in front, and you also attempt to code along with us. Alright, okay, here we go. Fine, this is the agenda of the day today. First of all, we are theoretically introducing ourselves to Python. What is Python? How Python is different from other languages? Why Python? Or maybe why industries prefer Python or moving towards Python? A short history of Python. About history and historical concepts, we'll keep talking in many of the lectures coming up, so I won't give a deep focus for that today. And most importantly, installation of the Python, the different ways we can use. And almost after half of the lecture is gone, we will start practically giving our hands on Python. Alright, I hope people are comfortable if I speak in English. Is it fine? Alright, although in between I'll keep translating some of the statements in Hindi as well. So please be vocal, and any of your doubts, please feel free to put up in the chat section. We will be very glad to answer you back. Alright, chaliye आगे बढ़ते हैं. All of us. Okay. One of the very popular programming language, Python, which was created by an Italian programmer, that is Guido van Rossum. Alright, that's how we pronounce his name, Guido van Rossum, and it was officially released in the year 1991. I hope you know. For the people who think why Python, why this name Python, maybe because after the one of the very popular snake Python. No, it's not like that. In fact, as a programmer for many years, I was also under the impression Python क्योंकि भाई वो snake का नाम होता है, दरअसल बात वो नहीं है. Okay, I continue in English only, fine. Alright, the reason is this fellow Guido van Rossum, when he was working on this project as Python, he used to watch one comic series which was being made by, or let me say, which was being named as Python, and he was so obsessed with that comedy series that he named his project and programming language today also as Python. Alright, so do not be under the impression by Python because it's after the name Python. There is nothing like that. Okay. Otherwise, how is Python different from Java? What is Java? How is Python different from other languages and platforms and frameworks? We'll come to them slowly, steadily. But here, to start with, I've presented some 2-3 very main reasons why is Python used for. Alright, हम कहाँ use करते हैं? It's working fine. Okay, Bharat says it's working fine. Vishwa, just check at your end, please. Alright, fine. One of the most important application area for Python, of course, never to mention, that is software development. Alright, now when I say software development, it could be any type of software. For example, it's a billing system, it's a payroll system, maybe it's a ticketing system. Alright, okay. Another use of Python out. Alright, take it for the last time. Is it fine now? Guys, for now to go ahead, waiting for a response. Okay, is it fine now to go? Okay, fine. Apologies for that disturbances. Alright, fine. So we were talking about some of the usages of Python. Of course, not all, just few of them. Alright. In fact, the very first one, that is web series of full stack, aims towards web development only. That is, we are mainly going to use Python for that first criteria which I have written there, that is development of a website. Alright, now when I say web development, means I'm talking about both. I'm talking about the server side, I'm talking about the client side. For those who don't know, thank you. For those who don't know what is server side, what is client side, relax. This is not a time to break your head. Today only take a warm-up. Understood? Only have a warm-up. Just go ahead, introduce yourself, the concept of programming. What is the meaning of coding? बस उतना हल्का फुल्का लेकर आ जाइए. From tomorrow onwards, we'll have a great grip to it. Alright, fine. Okay, I think I reconnected back. Okay guys, sorry for that. I reconnected back. Alright, I was talking about the ability of writing an automation code. Right? This is, you can say, one very firm point, or one very firm difference how Python challenge itself to be as one of the very strong programming language as compared to other. Good. Okay, that is ability. Please note it down. Note it down in case if you are noting it. Ability to write an automation code and automate any object so that it becomes a smart object. Right? आप में से यहाँ पर कोई अगर रोबोटिक्स या IoT का नॉलेज रखता है, रोबोटिक्स और IoT, ever heard of IoT? Girls and boys, ever heard of IoT? What's IoT? Okay, let me answer you quick. That's Internet of Things. Alright, we say it as IoT because it's capable to make an ordinary object as a smart object. Right? For example, this mobile phone that I hold in my hand is not any ordinary phone, it's a smartphone. The reason why, because it can connect to internet. Yeah, thank you. Internet of Things. Many of you are very good. तो ये कैसे काम कर रहा है IoT? Here, for example, I have a refrigerator at my home and it's a smart fridge. You understood? Or maybe I have a glare that I wear and it's a smart glare. Or maybe I wear a watch around my wrist, ghadi, watch around my wrist, and I call it as a smart watch. Alright, ma'am, in between it's buffering. Okay, please. Yes, is it still buffering? I think I'm back here. Okay, compromise with us today. Try to cooperate as much as you can. Okay, we'll try to keep things even better from tomorrow. Alright, fine, try. Instead of cancelling, let's go ahead. Is it okay? Fine, so it's actually the ability of Python to write this automation code and make an object connect to internet and become a smart object. Alright, तो इसको mark करके चलिए automation. Maybe at one day I'll let you know how Python is so capable to make an object a smart object. How does Python code is used, or how it is used to automate any ordinary object. Alright, as of now we are using Python for that first reason I have mentioned there, that is web development. Alright, okay, the next one, I think many of you are curious to know how much can one earn by learning Python or by learning to code in Python. Alright, what would industry pay me outside? Like what job would I end up landing in? Alright, fine. Now this is data that I have ordinarily written. This statistic it keeps varying based on location and the kind of job one does. Right? Otherwise, we can easily say ideally anyone with an experience of 3 to 5 years almost would look for a Python developer job at least around 10 to 12 lakh per annum. I hope, पर ये बात को लेकर मत बैठे रहिए. It could be even higher than this, it could be even lower than this, as my next point mentions, though it can vary depending on the location and the job. I hope you got my point. Is that okay? Fine. Otherwise, you will see Python का application in data science, very huge. Python का application in machine learning, very huge again. AI, of course, beyond your imagination, and so on. Alright, fine. Okay, have listed few of the companies there. People, few companies who makes use of Python. ये list बहुत लंबा चौड़ा है. People, बहुत लंबा चौड़ा. These are only few names that I have mentioned here. Maybe Facebook, maybe Google, maybe NASA, maybe Pinterest, maybe Uber, maybe Swiggy, maybe IBM, and so on. I hope you got it. Is that okay? Fine. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हुए. Alright, people, now start taking the points seriously now onwards. Whatever we spoke to each other, that was only a sort of introduction. Why industries are, yes, of course, data analytics. Okay, Vishwa, I think I mentioned about data science, AI, ML, but Vishwa adds here data analytics as well. जबकि ये सब में आपस में काफी difference है. Is that okay? Fine. One day, time permit, in one of the extra class, I'll jot down few very good points in which are easy to understand and put them in front of you. How these different branches of data science and AI differ from each other. Alright, fine. चलिए अभी मुद्दे की बात पर आते हैं. In fact, this would be my first important point of the class today. In fact, not only of this 1 hour class, in fact, entire 1 month of this Python course. Right? Why people are moving towards Python? Why projects we prefer to be coded in Python? Why industries are moving towards Python? Number one, because it emphasizes on writing short code. I hope you got it. Okay, I have written that point in bold over there, people. My first statement on the slide. Alright, ma'am, I have my 1 minute. Let me read your. Okay, my friend. We'll see how can I do my best. Is that okay? Solution Guru. This is how I can see your name here. Alright, the shorter codes. People, ears open, try to understand. Maybe what Java can do in 10 lines of code, Python end up achieving the same result in 2 or maybe 4 or at least 9 lines. I hope you got my point. So it basically writes shorter code. यहाँ पर बहुत सारे बच्चे फिलहाल JavaScript सीख कर आ रहे हैं. Alright, JavaScript, jQuery, CSS, HTML, and a lot of stuffs in fact. Alright, now when you sit and compare the same function that we write using JavaScript and the same function that I write using Python, or maybe in one of the upcoming bootcamp of Java, you understood, fine? Why Python is known for writing a shorter code? Is that clear? Fine, so this is reason number 1, and in fact the same thing I have mentioned at point number 2 also. You can express your logical concepts. You understood? आपका जो logical concepts है that we write ideally using for loops or maybe if conditional statement or maybe some anonymous functions or arrow functions. Alright, so you can express all your logical concepts in very few lines of code as compared to any other object-oriented programming like C++ or Java. Alright, I compared Python with C++ and Java in the second point, जबकि वो list काफी लंबा चौड़ा है. Is that clear? Fine. Acha, one more reason why let me say companies or industries or ordinary programmer run behind Python. First of all, it support concept like object oriented programming. It's a functional programming languages. Of course, you can say फिर तो OOPS can be supported by JavaScript also. OOPS otherwise is supported by Java itself also. One more time, the same reason. It write OOP concepts once again in a very readable code and a very short code. Is that okay? Fine. So lastly, ये पूरा 4-5 पॉइंट को गोल गोल घुमा फिरा कर बोलने से बेहतर है if I could present in just one line. It works with the principle of simplicity is the best. You understand? Fine. So basically Python writes short code and simplicity is the best. Right? It's easy for many beginners. You will find people switching from different non-IT background to IT and they prefer Python as a very beginner friendly language. You understand what I said here? Python, we quote it as हम उसको ideally बोलते हैं बिल्कुल beginner friendly language है. Alright, so even if you do not have the coding knowledge of any other programming language, you can still dare to start learning coding from Python. Is that okay? Understand? Fine, ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Okay, install Python. What is? I'm back here, please. For a moment, I think I was buffering. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. In a very simple language, let me tell you, IDE is that software under which we write code. वो particular software जो हमको install करना पड़ता है to write the code using any programming language. For example, example number 1. Like if some of you are here from the background of C++, अगर आप यहाँ पर C++ के background से आ रहे तो might be you would have installed Turbo C, am I right? Or C idle Turbo C as an IDE to write in code for C programs. Or maybe you might have installed some JDK or any other Java beans, right, to write in code for Java programs. Is it right? Fine. Okay. Most of the Android apps, yes, IDE. Correct. Most of the Android apps we develop using an Android Studio. So what is an Android Studio? So these are nothing but the different IDE environment under which or inside which we code. Alright, there are many IDE that support writing Python programs. Is this point clear? I repeat the point again. There are many IDE that support writing Python program. First of all, itself being Python idle. Alright, the most basic one that we will be installing and learning to use today. Yes, Java Eclipse also. Okay, thank you. Alright, fine. We can directly use Google Colab. Okay, we can directly use Google Colab. That's an online editor. Yes, my friend, you're right. IDE just makes development easy. People Google Colab. अगर आप install नहीं करना चाहते हैं, you don't want to install it, you want to work online and save your work also on the cloud. So Google provides a fantastic tool to write Python code online using Colab. Number 3, as many other here are mentioning about Spider, PyCharm. Okay, I prefer to take one name here. That's Jupyter Notebook. Okay, that's Jupyter Notebook. Okay, otherwise I can consider all your options also. Okay, I consider all your options also. That is PyCharm. Okay, or someone have mentioned here. Okay, Spider. Good. Glad to know that you are a Spider. You know Spider. Is that okay? Fine. Alright. We are going to write Python program inside Visual Studio Code. Okay. I repeat my point again. Yeah, we are going to use VS Code, Visual Studio Code to code our Python projects. But for the day today, I would like to start with Python idle because that is one of the most popular. In fact, very used. Must be aware of what is Python idle. You understand? I repeat the point again. Every Python developer must be aware of at least what is Python idle. Alright, fine. Now for me, Python idle is already installed here. You can see. This is how Python idle looks like. For those जिनको नहीं पता है what is idle, how to install it, how to open and start programming Python using idle, The official website of Python. VS Code is a text. Yes, my friend Vishwa. It's an editor, you can say. Rather than saying text editor, it would be better if you could say it's a code editor. Alright, Vishwa, rather than saying text editor, you can say it is a code editor. I said you that we are going to use Visual Studio Code as a tool, or let me say as a framework to code for Python. Alright, उसको हम code editor इसलिए बोलते हैं because the different extensions and packages makes it a code editor. Is it fine? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Fine. So this is the official website of Python, that is python.org. Alright, and in fact from the very first link you will find it to option to download Python. If you're using Windows, make sure that is my latest one. Lagging. Is it okay? It's lagging. I think it's okay now. Okay, it's again lagging. Now good. Okay, when you will teach advanced Python, made you. This is what a name I read. My friend, I have in fact made an entire day-wise schedule and posted on the channel. If you can just go through, you will come to know what day onwards you can expect what you are expecting. Okay, fine, take it. So here we go, please. Talking about once you have downloaded Python, to install it, simply double click on the setup that you downloaded and just keep doing next and next until you finish. Alright, take it. Alright. Now once Python is installed, this is how you will find Python here. 1 minute. It's basic to advanced, my friend. Alright, basic to advanced in fact. Okay, well, take it. Good. If you know the basics, well. Yes, my friend, I understand. It is lagging here. Cooperate with us. We'll keep the problem solved for the next time. Is it okay? Take it. The line where you see the cursor blinking, people. Come on, the line where you see this cursor blinking, this is actually a command line on the Python idle where you can write Python code and run to execute it. I hope you got my point. Is that okay? Fine. To start coding in Python, just to start with, we are going to learn some simple things today. Keeping in mind some of you are here with absolutely no knowledge of coding. Say I want to print some messages like hello, hi and bye. Alright, hello, hi and bye. Fine. So I say print as a function. Alright, print, people, print as a function. Now because hello or hi or bye, it's a string, I close it in a quotes. I hope you got my point. For the people who don't understand the concept of string, anything which is not a number. Alright, I repeat one more time. A combination of number, character, what you call it as alphanumeric. If I write just 1, that's a number. Is that okay? But if I say 1A, that's not a number. It's a number contained with some alphabet. If I write Mumbai, it's not a number. This is a character or a series of character that forms string. I hope you're understanding the point. Is that okay? Acha. Number 2, anything that you want to be printed as it is on the screen, using print function, we write it inside quotes. Is that okay? Fine. No, as of now, we're not talking about the data type. Okay, we aren't talking about the data type. I'm just talking about the print function, people, and answering question to those of my friends कि भाई इसको हमने quotes के अंदर क्यों लिखा. Is that okay? Anything that you want to display as it is on the screen, we mention it or we include it inside the quotes. Right? For example, if I say hello, I say print hi, or maybe print by, or maybe print enjoy. learning Python. Are you getting it? Acha, one most important thing to notice here is we aren't using any semicolon at the end of the statement. Okay, like this. Say hello. For those who are coming here from the background of C, C++, Java, or in fact JavaScript also, right? Because Python doesn't need any semicolon to terminate the statement or a command. Alright, I repeat the point for the last time. No, Python doesn't need any semicolon to terminate a statement or a command. Okay, fine. So I say hello, hi. But the thing is what, suppose if I want to print 100 such statements or at least 10 statements. Hello, hi, my name is Raj. For example, I stay in Mumbai. I study in or maybe some particular college. So like this, if I want to print some 10 to 20 messages, every time I have to code and say enter to write the next print. आप समझ रहे बात? For example, print hello. Okay. Then print my name is Raj. Okay. Print or maybe my name is Raj. I hope you got my point. So every time before I could use the next print, I actually have to say enter, execute the command, get the output, and then go to write the next print. So I don't want to run 10 print 10 different times. Are you getting my point here? I don't want to run print statements 10 different times to show 10 different messages. So what do? You find here a file option. Okay, you find here a file option. I go to file. I say new file. And now what you see in front of you with cursor blinking, people, this is not a terminal. Okay, ये जो पीछे वाला screen है जहाँ पर cursor is blinking, this is a prompt. We can say it's a terminal. Where else you find this cursor blinking with a prompt? If you know your Windows command prompt, right? Your Windows also offer you command prompt. हम उसको prompt इसीलिए बोलते हैं because there is some shell there and the cursor constantly keeps blinking, correct? All of us here. Fine. This is not called as a prompt. This is my editor. This जो बच्चे ऊपर text editor की बात कर रहे थे. This one you can call, okay, this is my text editor. Right? How do you call it as a text editor? Like Photoshop, it's a photo editor. Similarly, we have Notepad, not a photo, but a text editor. So this screen almost looks like a Notepad. You write text, you edit it. Right? So doesn't matter how many messages that I want to print. चाहे जितने भी messages आपको print करना है. Say hello. Again print. Of course, you can print all these 10 messages using one print command also by giving new line characters and all. But as of now, I'm we are assuming that many of you, if not all, many of you are coming here from maybe a non-coding background or no Python experience. That's the reason taking it from basic level. Got it? Okay. Hello, hi. One more print. Say enjoy learning Python. And last statement I say